Hello. Okay, everything's working. I think everything's working. Let's see. Make sure my audio. Okay, everything's working. Thank God. That'd have been embarrassing. Um, it's been a minute since we've looked at the OOTP stream. Since we've looked at our historical Expos franchise, it's probably been about what, a month I think since I've even played this. So I figure we finish up this regular season and kind of see where it goes. Um, we may have to go to our historical transactions because I don't remember what I've done. So I think what we're gonna do is go to transactions here, or not transactions, transaction news. Um, and I'm gonna see kind of where we're at. Actually, I can go. I can go to my own team, right? Yeah, there we go. Um, we trade. Let's see. Trade proposal. Okay, these expired. Okay. So what we did last time, we played this. We're on August 1st, 1971. So if you're just joining us, if this is your first time with this and you've never seen this before, we are doing a historical save for the Montreal Expos. We started in the 1969 season, which was their first season. We actually had to sim the 68 season so we could get into the expansion draft. I think that's how I did it. But um, so I think we're gonna have to look at transaction news. Let's see. So we traded for Ken Brett, starting pitcher. Let's see. Brewers, Cleveland, and the Angels, Milwaukee. Let's see. We traded Ed Kranepool for Andy Costco, Stillman, T. Meyer, and Pacta. So we got a few there. Pactua, however you pronounce that. Let's see. I think. Oh yeah, this is the one. Okay, so we traded Darrell Thomas. This was a kind of a big trade for us, and we ended up. Let's see. To Houston for Jimmy Wynn, Clinton Burr, and a bunch of minor leaguers. So that was kind of their big trade deadline deal. Let's see. We traded Dick Kelly for Esposito, Dick Peary, Mike Atkinson, Larry Claim, Jose Gill. So that was another trade we did. Let's see. We probably could sort these by team, but yeah, here we go. We traded Don Wirt for a bunch of minor leaguers, Lucky Thompson, Von Ray Opolis, Rich Coggins, Don Reed. Okay. Let's see. And we also traded Jack Bellingham, Vic Harris, and Gene Michael. So we traded Gene Michael, one of our captains, but I think we still have captain ability. Let's look at our chemistry. Yeah, Charlie Smith's our captain now. Yeah, so the team is happy. We're, not doing the greatest, but we are 51-59, which isn't, the worst record ever. So, let's look at now. I'm gonna look at our team stats to see. Okay, we're dead last pretty much in every offensive category, and middle of the pack ish in pitching. We're second in bullpen ERA. I expect these numbers to kind of change around a little bit. We have gotten better as the season progressed a little bit. As you can see, we started out right around 450. Had a little rough spell in June, but we played 500 ball in July. We're roughly a 500 team on the road. We've outperformed our Pythagorean record by 8 games, so we are an extremely lucky team. It looks like our success has been driven by one-run games, so we are 23-13 in one-run games. So that's probably why we're outperforming our Pythagorean record by so much. When we lose, we get our ass kicked, basically. So we're not really a great team. We're just outperforming right now, which is fine. I'd probably rather have the high draft pick, but all right, let's check our lineup up. It looks like so before we ended the last time, we did redo our lineup a little bit. So we're running with Tim Foley, I guess, and at the leadoff spot, Bill Sudeikis, Joe LaHood, Jimmy Wynn, who, again, we picked up in a trade. Hopefully he'll be a nice piece for us over the next couple of years while we, put some butts in the seats. I don't know. Maybe he'll hit some home runs, even though he's hit all of 4 home runs in 320 games. So these numbers might be going down a bit. We may have gotten hoodwinked here, y'all. Well, maybe, but he did hit half his home run production in one game. Or he's hit 6 home runs for the season, and 2 of them came in his first game with us. So right now, I'm not complaining too loudly about that. We're running with Greg Luzinski, Andy Costco at center. We picked him up in a trade also. I think we just picked him up to play center. He can also crush a home run or two. Dave Rozzello, I believe, was one of our prospects. Yeah, 1969 third-round pick. So the lineup looks a little different than it did at the beginning of the year, I believe. We got to get... and then if I remember correctly, right now we have Doug DeCences right now in AAA. He's coming off. We kind of slow rolled him a bit because he struggled a little bit in the 1970 season in AA. So we kind of left him down in Single A to mash, and he's been mashing ever since. He hit 439 and 358 down at the lower levels. Now we're trying him in AAA to see how he does. My anticipation is that he will continue to develop in AAA. And he will be a September call-up. Definitely will be, more than likely will be on the big league roster next year. He is a 3.5-star player. And then we've got a few other options there. I think we spent a lot of time in the last stream balancing our minor league roster too, I think. We got Dick Grant. Also, we picked him up in a trade, so another one. Honestly, he probably won't stay. He's not really the smartest guy ever, but he's got a good work ethic. Royal Stillman, also a trade prospect we picked up. Let's see, that's in AA. Single A, not really much here. And we're just looking at batters right now. Yep. Okay. And then pitching. Well, let's look at our pitching. We can look at it through this way. We're running with a little bit of a different rotation. We kind of got rid of some dead weight. Caldwell, Hunter, Ed Figueroa, Bruce Howard, and Ken Brett. Armando Mora we picked up in a trade with Washington last year, and we called him up, I think. No, oh no. Did he? I don't know. But Gene Garber and Aurelio Lopez will be in there. Jim Barr is probably just going to be a solid bullpen rotation piece. They got to work on his control a bit. So we're going to use him in long relief for now, unless Kim Brett falters. There is a chance because he's probably best suited in the bullpen. To be honest, we picked him up in a trade with Boston. He's going to walk more. He's probably best suited for the bullpen because of this control number. But we could look at his strategy, I guess, and because we have not really adjusted any of this. Let's see. We will let him kind of attack hitters a little bit, and we'll leave this all normal. And we will override. So we could do that to get Kim Brett going a little bit. I think the rest of the guys are performing pretty well, but let's just... Kim Brett hasn't really played for us, so he's played for Boston. He had a 3.80 ERA. Maybe Jim Barr would be better if we looked at his strategy points a little bit. And slow hook, which is fine. And actually, you know what? I'm fine with these settings, believe it or not. Looks like we changed those. So I think the move here, we're just going to sim out and probably go through the playoffs, see how the rest of the season goes, and go from there. I think that's going to be the plan for today. So let's look at it. We did end July on a bit of a hot streak. So let's look at our schedule from July. We ended July on a 4-game winning streak. Again, winning a bunch of close games. 3 1-run wins just in this week alone. So as you can see, when we lose badly. 9-2 loss, 6-0 loss, 7-1, 10-0. Like when we lose, we lose. It's just it's basically, it's the thing is our offense is kind of terrible. That's why I made the trades that I made, to be honest. Let's kind of look at batting. Obviously, some of these stats are going to be kind of messed up because we traded a few guys, but Tim Foley's doing pretty well with a 274 clip, 274, only a 316 on base, but he brings a lot of value to the table defensively. And it's, reasonably, like, he's not got much of a batting eye, but he does make reasonable contact. So he'll maintain a decent-ish on base. Bill Sudeikis is 11 homers. Then he had 31 last year, so a little bit down for that. Unfortunately, it looks like Joe LaHood leads us in slugging, which with 365 clip is kind of poor. Right, leading to an OPS plus of 94. So that should tell you the state of our offense, right there. Our best slugger is 365. He has 35 runs. I thought that was steals. He has 13 steals. I think that number could be a little higher, but Bobby Brooks leads us in walks. Looks like he'll spend the rest of the year on the bench. He's not really hit for us, but he can play multiple positions. So he does have that kind of versatility. That's his value. And then pitching, we kind of looked at the pitching stats. Caldwell has a 2.5 ERA with 12 wins. Barr has 13 losses. Aurelio Lopez 5 saves. Catfish Hunter is holding team opposing hitters to a 230 average. Caldwell 3 shutouts in 5 complete games. Let's see. Barr's doing pretty good at not walking guys. And Caldwell also leads us in win percentage with a 706 clip. So let's go ahead and let's kind of run through the month of August to see kind of how things go. It's a little bit of a revamped team, if I remember correctly. So we'll go ahead and sim. And we end our little hot streak with a 7-2 loss. So not surprising that things go the way they did. Figueroa kind of struggled a bit. Forsh for Houston had a complete game. Joe Morgan looks like, 3 for 4. 3 ribbies. We'll finish today, and then now we have a series against Pittsburgh. Again, 2-0 loss. 7-4. Gene Garber's been out 5 days. So no need to belabor anything there. A 7-4 win with Caldwell going 8 innings, giving up 4 runs, but he struck out 8. Costco with 4 ribbies. The early returns on the guys we brought in have been okay. Win is 2 bombs, to 462 average, 375 average for Costco. The lineup now, Rosello has struggled to a 130 clip. So maybe he's not quite ready for the big leagues, but we might give him a little bit of a longer run. He did hit 420 in the minors, so he's definitely proven that he can play. So, and we lose 2-1. So, not really how we wanted that series to go. We got another. We're playing the Reds, first place team. So we should naturally lose all these games, and we win 6-4. Ken Brett. Here we go. We can take a look at his numbers. Very solid start in his first game. No strikeouts, but he did manage to. Well, he had 9 base runners, a couple home runs given up. So not a great outing, but Gene Garber had to save. It looks like not a lot going on here offensively. We had 6 runs, though. Okay, so we managed to get a win there. So we are struggling a bit right now. So we've lost every series. But, again, we did trade a bunch of people. Giants, another first-place team, I think. Are they a first-place team? Third. So they're third. They should be in first. Why not? Well, they will be now because we managed to lose 2. Caldwell, not a great outing, but not a great outing. 6 runs, 10 hits. Don Gullett with a win there. And checking the box score here. Lazinski at first base has done decently in 13 games. So it looks like he's only had 1 home run and 1 RBI, but a nice below average 86 OPS plus, which is fine for a 20-year-old. We have a really young team. So, as you can see, just looking at the stats between us and theirs, right? Like right now, our top RBI person, Charlie Smith, who's not even playing every day anymore. Because he's so bad on defense. He's pretty much just a pinch hitter. He is veteran presence. Let's see. Dodgers. Yeah. The West Division leaders at LA. We're going to Dodger Stadium, and we lose. Okay, well, we won one, but the one we won, we kicked their teeth in. Just kind of looking around. Looks like again another. You know what we could do? We could if we really wanted to like get the best effort we could go through all of our starters and go ahead and make it to where they have a short hook. That way we get into our bullpen a little bit more. Don Sutton, okay. Bruce Howard, who we picked up in a trade, hoping he would provide us some stuff. Actually, we may have traded for him last year, so he's a guy we've had, and he's not really a great piece. So not really expecting much from him. Looks like Mora in his 3 innings has a WHIP of 3. So. Yeah, so again, that's something we can consider finishing out the season. He struggled a bit in his outings, but the other guys like Grady Pierce had a solid outing, which he's been good for us anyways. We picked him up a couple years ago. Let's see how we did in this one. This was a Caldwell game. Nice shutout win for him. Did go 0 for 4 at the plate. But, let's see. Anything standing out? Andy Etchebarren had 4 for 4 with 2 ribbies. Looks like Jimmy Wynn homered in his first game. 2 home runs in his first game. And he's had, I believe, 7 hits since. Kind of anticipate his value going down a little bit. Kind of hoping he can recover his 1970 form. It doesn't look like it's happening. But LaHood had 6 runs batted in. LaHood had 6 runs batted in. A couple hits. So he had a 3-run homer. And yeah. Oh, he had a grand slam. Never mind. He had a grand slam against Is that Charlie Huff, the knuckleballer? Yeah, it is. It's kind of crazy. This guy right here, yeah. My first ever game playing was Tony La Russa baseball for the first ever baseball game I played was Tony La Russa baseball for the Sega Genesis. This motherfucker was in that game. And he's playing in 1970. 1971. And as we can see, he wasn't good, but it's kind of crazy that he played basically 25 seasons in the big leagues and had career 14 wins above replacement. Yeah. He probably should have retired right around here, I guess. Maybe right about here when he got to Texas. But he had a solid year in 1993, it looks like. Solid-ish. Like, this guy survived 25 years. Well, he had a couple good years. He was a reliever for the Dodgers. Had a good year there. He was a closer. The Dodgers had a knuckleballer as a closer in the 70s. Wonder how that worked for him. Also, they used him out of the pen for the longest time. Then Texas turned him into a starter. So that's probably what hurt his value here. He's still, yeah, because he never hit 200 innings until he got to Texas. His first 200 inning season was in Texas at age 30. Okay, this guy's had a weird career. He wasn't really a starter till his mid 30s. He was a spot starter for those Dodger teams, and then they trade him to Texas and they make him a starter where it worked out reasonably well. His best years were after, well, his best years were here more than likely, but he had some good years here too. Yeah. Like, very interesting career in that he wasn't a full-time starter until the 1982 season when he was his 13th season in the big leagues. They made him a regular starter. He was 34 and not the greatest, almost a 4 ERA. But he could eat innings. That was probably what his thing was. And obviously he could eat innings because even at 45, he had 200 innings for the Marlins. Walks were kind of high, strikeouts kind of low, but that's to be expected. Appeared in 800 games, only 400 starts. Yeah, so we'll see how he turns out in this run, but he pitched 25 years and was basically like replacement level. We roughed him up a little bit, but we also roughed up Ray Lamb. Okay. So we're still at 54 and 68. We've fallen back a little bit. Let's take a look at, yeah. We've fallen back a little bit. We're still roughly where we were. Interesting. This right here is crazy. The top 5 players in the Dodgers. 3 pitchers and a reliever. Sutton, Drysdale, Bill Singer. Okay. All right, I want to take a look at my lineup real fast, make sure that all our lineup's being utilized the way I want it to. Jimmy Wynn is struggling a bit, but I'm thinking we'll just leave him there. Don't think it makes a lot of sense to. Maybe we make. Okay. No, we'll leave him alone. Owner's angry. I could care less. There we go. I have an okay trainer, J.R. Parker, first base coach. It may bring him back because just of his ratings. If anything, I probably need to look at how this guy. He probably should be in the minors. I wonder if I could just demote him to minor league manager. Wonder if he would take a minor league manager demotion, and then Danny Trujillo. Same thing. Except he's actually a little better at influencing mechanics, so. Okay. All right, we're at San Diego, and we lose 6-3, of course. We've been doing a lot of losing lately. Not a lot of hitting either. And a one-run win where Lopez had a good outing. And Figueroa did good. Not much hitting, but we had 6 hits. So obviously not a lot going on there. Okay. Oh, I want to look. Oh, no, never mind. The draft's in the off season. Right? Yeah. Oh, Costco hitting well, move him up in the lineup. Let's look at that. He is. Let's see. We got him hitting 6th. Let's take a look at the old splits. Let's see if there's anything. I'm looking at the wrong player. Look at the wrong player. Let's look at the old splits. Yeah, I think we have to move him up. Especially with Bill Sudeikis struggling like he is in the 2 spot. And yeah. Let's swap Costco and Sudeikis. We'll do it against both because there's no. Actually, with Sudeikis, let's look at his splits and we can. Yeah, that's fine. We might move. We'll move him off to 2, and we'll move Costco here. Um, maybe against lefties we do this, and then move it over. Move it over. But yeah, I like that idea. Let's maximize our lineup as best we can. I think. Let's see. Yeah. It's just 15 games, but you know, that's 15 games, and we can kind of maximize it, look it up for a couple weeks, and then move them back up and down as we see fit. Just kind of ride the hot hand. I like that idea. Um, let's see. Pitching. The pitching's been there. I might like. Well, I mean, I don't think the pitching is bad per se. Let's see. Let's look at splits. Let's see how. Yeah, Figueroa struggled a little bit in August, so he's probably hitting a wall. Um, let's see. See how good his control is. And the control's only average. Everything's only average with him, so I don't think moving any of this stuff around is going to help. Let's see. Maybe we move. Figueroa's hook is too slow. Very slow. Yeah, I'm gonna move this down to average. Yeah, average, because he's not our best player. So yeah, that's something I want, especially with like some of these. Okay, that's fine. Let's see. Bruce Howard. Yeah. And then, yeah, his hook is way too slow. How's Jim Barr doing since we put him in the bullpen? Let's see. Been fine. Look at that. Put him in the bullpen. He's doing good. 10 innings, 5 hits allowed, 1 walk. So a whip of .6. A lot of strikeouts, not that many walks. So the bullpen move has worked well for him, at least early. Okay. I'm wondering maybe next year we make it to a little more modern where we don't let the starters pitch past like the 5th inning. But, well, we have one fewer roster spot. I mean, we could manipulate it to where we have the 26th man, and I just use that to put a reliever in. But that feels like cheating. Okay. Moving on to San Francisco. We had a rough road trip. We had about a 10-day road trip, and we lost a lot. We had a week-long losing streak, but we won 2 of our last 3, so it ended okay. And we go home and beat the absolute tar off the Giants, 9-1. We roughed up Don Gullett again. Caldwell with another complete game. Offensively, it looks like most people got some. Costco had 2 hits, 2 runs batted in, moving him into the 2nd spot. Jimmy Wynn 3 for 5. Sudeikis 1 for 5 with a run batted in. Even Dave Rosello down here in the 8 spot had a very good 2 for 3 outing. Okay. So we'll at least take one game from the Giants, so that's good. And then after, 5-3 loss. Again, I'm just kind of skimming Juan Marichal. Yeah, whatever. Probably not much of a chance there. How's he doing for him? Very good 127 ERA plus, 203 innings, 279 ERA, 4.8, which that's pretty much in line with what he's done the last few years. Yeah, his stuff's below average, but he's a fly ball pitcher, which actually works in San Francisco. He has a great sense of humor. Isn't he the one that beat the living crap out of the Dodgers player with the bat? Or was that someone else? I now want to Google this. Let's see. $1965. I guess Google. It was Juan Marichal. Yeah. And oh yeah, there. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Hold on. No, that's my OBS. That's not what we want. Well, I had it a minute ago. That wasn't much of a fight. Let's see what happens here. And you can see, yeah, there's guys just wielding bats. Yeah, that was a good time. Okay. Back to our... Okay. There was no audio, so we didn't miss much by that. I got to figure out how to do that better. But yeah, he definitely instigated a benches clearing, bat wielding brawl. Good for him, to be honest. It's a good way to. Okay. And then we win 6-4. So we actually took the series there. A little home cooking catfish hunter, 135 innings. Buddy, your arm's going to fall off. 3 RBI effort from Costco. Etchebarren's doing pretty good lately. grab another couple of hits. His average is up over 200. Okay, while I'm here, let's take a look down at the farm before we do anything. Kind of want to take a look at AAA. And, yeah. In AAA, now he's hitting 350 with a 420 unbased, 797 OPS. So he's raking in AA. He's hit 9 home runs in 19 games. He's coming up in September, and he's probably going to start somewhere. I might just plug him right at first base because he's a better first baseman than third at this point. So we're bringing him up, and we're going to give him another week in the minors. Cesar Geronimo is another one that, like, even though he's not a hitter, like, he's hitting well in AA or AAA. But if you look at the defense and base running, James Kobe, another guy that kind of deserves a look from us. All right. Ooh, ads are running. Going to run soon. Maybe we need to speed run through. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to look at Doug DeCences in the big leagues. We're going to give him a nice long look in the month of September. As we've fallen a little further out of first place than we have. We're safely in fourth place. I don't think the Cubs are going to catch us. We're 6 games clear of them in the win column, 5 in the loss. We won't finish in last. We are a solid 10 games ahead of the Pittsburgh Pirates. So I think we're pretty safe. We would have to have a really good September to move up above the Mets. But kind of a rough month of August, to be honest. Let's see how the month... Okay, so we got shut out at home. Bill Singer with the complete game shutout. Wait a minute. He played center field. And he's a good center fielder, too. They don't do much offensively. Yeah, 4th and run scored. Eleventh in home runs. They're first in basically, well, the 10th in strikeouts. All right, moving on. Yeah. Oof. Oh, that's just his second start. You know what? Let's do this. Let's kind of make this a more of a a bullpen game when he's in. We'll give him a quicker hook. And then let's move this stuff up a little bit. Maybe that was not a great idea. 3 straight shutout losses. This time the knuckleballer pitched to Maddox. Well, I don't. Is it a Maddox if he had 3 walks? I'm thinking with Mora, it might be. He might. Oh, let's see if we can look at his. And does he need to? Well. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Because he's got the stuff to do it, but he's not got the greatest control ever. Alright. Looks like we're about to run some ads. We're about a minute away from ads, so what I like to do is take the 3-minute break with the ads. We're almost to the September call-up line, which is where I want to be, but we'll just go ahead and kind of stop it here. Obviously, this month we just had a 3-game stretch where we scored 0 runs. The Dodgers really kicked our teeth in. So we'll probably. Okay. So the lineup's not doing terribly, but okay, maybe they are. But yeah, let's go. I'm gonna run these ads. I will be back in 3 minutes. I'll probably get me some water or something. But I do appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight. I will be back shortly. Yay, we're back. Okay, got me some water. We're good. We're kind of looking at some um, what's okay. We'll leave the lineup alone. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll just sim out the rest of the month. So 7-3 loss at home against the. So at least we scored some runs. Not a great outing for Catfish Hunter. Turco had a good outing. So did Jim Barr. Recovered a bit. Whole lot of nothing on offense. Wayne had 3 walks. So even though the average isn't there, he's probably 311 on base. The power, he's matched his home run total in a quarter of the games, so good for him, I guess. There we go. There we go. Figueroa had a good outing. Lopez. Yeah. There we go. And then wrapping it up with a 9-8 victory. So we won when our offense struggled or when our pitching struggled. Jimmy Wynn finally had a big game for us with a 4. He may have hit a grand slam actually. Walk-off grand slam. There you go. Oh yeah, so we were down 8-5, I guess. Yeah. And my boy hits a pinch hit grand slam. You love to see it. Let's look at the game log. Bottom 9. Etchenberry struck out. Holy cow. Okay, so it was 8-4 going into the bottom of the 9th. Etchenberry strikes out swinging. Dave Rosello grounds out. Smith homers. Tim Foley singles. Costco singles. A walk to LaHood. And then Jimmy Wynn hits a grand slam on a 1-1 count. 386 to, I assume, left field. But yeah. 96 home exit velocity, which didn't know they tracked exit velocity in the 1970s. So a two out grand slam after the first 2 got out. Look at that! Look at this win. Look, the win expectancy chart. Okay, and then here. Hit the grand slam here. I'm going to do something real fast. Alt print screen. Wait. Oh, there we go. I don't have to hit Alt. There. And we're going to tweet that. Actually, no. Here we go. Actually, here I'm gonna snip the game log too. Let's see. Holy shit!
Basim just raided with 33 viewers.
Good lord. Oh, good lord. Thank you for the raid. That scared the shit out of me. Hello, Gaming While Bald. Hello. Welcome in. I know, right? When you get startled by your own sound alerts, because I'm snipping a kind of a nice nice little outcome for our beloved Expos. So we just did we just simmed a game where we played the Padres, and here's this win expectancy graph, and right here, it's a straight line going down. Yes, oh yeah, we are in year 3 of our Expo save. Straight expansion. We are trying to a nice little off-season project, trying to win the World Series with them. It's been, kind of a slow go, but right here we are looking at this win expectancy graph, and we got to the 9th inning, and we were out of luck a little bit, and then this happened. We'll kind of scroll all the way to the bottom. First 2 guys get out, and then a home run, 2 singles, and two singles, a walk, and a grand slam. So we kind of rallied a bit. For us, the issue with this franchise has just been getting guys who can swing a bat. We've really not found much offense. But I'm going to go ahead and get this. I'm tweeting out this little comeback here. So let's see. I don't even know how to do it. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Yes. We knew you were going to come back from a 4-run deficit. Yeah, that's what happened. But yeah, if you're new here, I'm Paul. I do play a little bit of OTP, a little bit of other simulation type games. I appreciate y'all hanging out. I haven't. It's been the first time. Yes, we're gonna call up Doug DeSenses here to save our franchise from the perils of last place. We'll kind of show out. We'll kind of look at our lineup a little bit. We are going into a save with the, but the lineup's looking kind of rough, right? We made a bunch of trades at the trade deadline. We picked up Jimmy Wynn and Costco. I think we picked him up. Yeah, we picked him up at the trade deadline. Dave Rosello was a call up. It's kind of weird. You go through these and you recognize a few people, and it's like, oh, that guy was, Greg Lazinski was. We can look at his real life stats. Yep, he had a nice little run with the White Sox and Philly in the '70s. He wasn't a bad player. He had 39 home runs for the '77 Phillies. 300 career home runs. Oh, 400 career home runs. Never mind. We got him. in a trade for, I don't know what we got for him, but we met, yeah. We got Billingham, Harris, and Michael for Lazinski, Beaver, Dixon, Hassler, Lehman. So we picked him up with about 5 players. We made a bunch of trades at the trade deadline. So we got, I think that was a minor league deal. Let's see. I think that was mostly minor league guys. Yeah, we picked up Costco at the trade deadline. Trying to turn the team over a little bit. Trying to get deeper, really. That was kind of the goal there. Okay, so let's go ahead and sim through. We are in 4th place, kind of safely. And yeah, I've made a lot of trades. We're in 4th place right now. This is year 3. We're 59 and 74. But this is kind of misleading because we're actually closer to a 50-win team. Just because we've gotten really lucky with 1-run games, and we can kind of look at that here too. Yeah, 25 and 14 in 1-run games. So that's kind of made it to where we're outperforming our Pythagorean record by 52 wins in Pythagorean win, but we're actually 59 wins. So 25 and 14 in 1-run games, and that's driven, of course, by our bullpen, which has a second. If I were a little smarter at this game, I would probably lean into the bullpen a little more and give them a little more work, because that's honestly where our best players are. Pitching staff wise, like we have Gene Garber and Aurelio Lopez, who are both pitching well. Armando Morris kind of sucked for us, but everybody else has been pretty solid. We have Jim Barr down here in the long roll. He actually started for us last year. He was our 2nd-round pick in 1969, so he never made it to the minors. He kind of struggled a bit with hits. Like not really, but what? He kind of struggled a bit with allowing runners to score. A little bit higher BABIP. So the ERA has steadily come down since we put him in the bullpen, though. So that's where we're at with him. But we do have Catfish Hunter, and we got Mike Caldwell too. He was our 1st-round pick last year. I believe he had a pretty solid career for himself too. Mostly for, I believe that's the Milwaukee Brewers. I was about to say they use some weird team codes on here, but he's been pretty good for us. He does have good attributes. Today we're just simming through the end of the season. We're at August 30th, so we'll go ahead and sim out these last couple games here before we get to September. And there we go, losing 3-2. We'll kind of skim the box score, see if there's anything weird. Nothing really. Rosello had 3 hits. The average is coming back up. He was down around 200 at the beginning of the month, so he's raised his average about 30 points. Sudeikis has been pretty bad. Costco's now down below 300, so we might have to. No, well, let's look at his. We can look at his last. Well, he's. Okay. Yeah, okay. He's coming down a little bit. We might have to move him back. He does have a little bit of power. He's hit some pretty good home runs for a good bit of home runs. Okay. And we'll go ahead. Let's go ahead and end September. All right. Sorry, y'all. So we're at roster expansion now. Let's take a look at how our players have done. Let's see. Aurelio Lopez, the stuff has gone down, potential stuff, from a 90 to an 85. So he goes from like 5+ stars to, you know. Sudeikis is down across the board, which is fine because he kind of becomes expendable once Doug DeSensis gets in. And I wouldn't mind going ahead and trading him. He was an expansion draft pick, so it's not like, you know. Maybe we can find a team who will be excited about this. That Michael O'Connor throwing 101. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Stuff goes from 70 to 80. His current stuff is now an 80. If he ever figures out where it's going. Could we take it for his development a little bit? Because I feel like if we took all of his... Yeah. I wonder if we took all of his... Okay, we don't need to develop his stamina, right? So, we're going to prevent the AR. We want to take over this, because this is a guy that could give us some value, right? So, let's... Even if we tone down his stuff a little bit, right? And we put all of his... And even go down to movement. Like, again, he's a fly ball guy, so he can miss bats. So, we can... A little less on that. Let's stick it down here. And we put it all on control. And control and movement. Let's see what we can work with him. Tim Foley has his contact has gone up, his gap rating. Clinton Burr, current velocity goes from 96 to 98 to 97, 99. His stuff has gone up. Another guy who could be that 2-pitch. He's got a 5-pitch mix, but really he's got a 2-pitch. You know, fastball, slider, righty. This guy could be like a multi-inning reliever. Another big arm. Let's see, Junior Kennedy, contact up, power down. We looked at Michael O'Connor. Jesus De La Rosa is not looking bad at the moment. He's raking down in... he raked down an A-ball for... he was a... Wait a minute. Okay, he's doing... he's hit pretty much everywhere he's been. Okay. Let's see. Peter Myers. Oh, okay. It's a different model. Okay. Yeah. Honestly, kind of surprised at this one. He doesn't really have the attributes, really. He's probably someone I could throw him in a trade. Stanley Jackson. Been solid at A ball or whatever this BC league is. Okay. Not bad. Roster expansion so that our whole 40-man team can come up. So let's see who else we can bring up for a trial run. We're definitely going to bring up I want to see something real fast. I just want to look at records. 70 and 64, 92 and 42, 39 and 31, 68 and 60, 39 and 27. Okay. Thought I would just take a look at how our minor league teams are doing. Let's see. Maybe we give Dick Grant a look. Is he in our 40 man? I even write Von Ray Opolis here. I have a lot of fly ball pitchers. Royal Stillman. Picked him up in a trade too. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Oh, 40 man's full. Okay, well, we can pull. Let's make some moves then. Let's see who's down in. Put some on waivers. And then one more move will be, yeah, Tony Cloninger. There we go. And we'll just call everybody up. Including some long favorites who have kind of fallen by the wayside a little bit. Okay. Oh, since we're here. And then what I want to do now is take our expanded roster a bit, and now we can move some players around. We've been playing. Oh, Greg Luzinski's been he's not really good at any position, is he? Okay, that's fine. Let's see. We've been playing Bill Sudeikis at third. Yeah. I think go ahead. It's time to bring in, Doug DeCensus to play third. He'll play third base every day. Because we can now use Bill Sudeikis as our primary pinch hitter. If I can drag and drop. Okay. And then Charlie Smith can also be a pinch hitter. Let's see, what about the other one that we want to take a look? I want to take a little bit of a look at okay, Grant and Lazinski. Yeah, Dick Grant and Lazinski. We could. I mean, let's take a look at Lazinski's splits. So yeah, it would make sense. We don't have the DH yet. I don't have the DH on this one because we're playing. I'm doing it by real life rules a little bit, and the DH didn't exist in 1971, unfortunately. So I don't have the DH option. We can definitely use Dick Grant as a pinch hitter. Maybe even ahead of Charlie Smith. Because him being a pinch hitter will get him guaranteed at bats. We'll use Bill Sudeikis as a defensive sub, though. Maybe we use Dick Grant as a backup here, and we can go like every, third game maybe. Against righties. Maybe every third game is fine. Let's see who else. Royal Stillman. I think I'm fine with leaving him on the bench. It's sort of a... Maybe we can use him as a defensive... no, Jimmy Wynn's an elite. And we don't... How's Lahu doing overall? Is he... he's a little below average. We could probably give someone a look there. Who did we bring up that might be worth giving a look? Nah. Yeah, I don't see much of a... He struggled... Oh, he should have... Oh, he's probably a... Well, no. Yeah, he struggled a bit. I don't really want to give him extended looks if he's struggling that much. Oh. Okay. Oh, by the way, Dave Rosillo's kind of rallied a bit. Oh, I've got him hitting 8th with this 121 OPS, so we might want to move Dave Rosillo up in the order. He's hitting he has a 121 OPS plus. And I've got him hitting all the way down at 8th, basically. So we'll probably work him up in the order. Let me see. Doug DeSensis will play 3rd. I might give Cesar Geronimo some looks in center. Because Brooks has really not been it. He's only hitting, 64 OPS, 192, 280, 291. Nothing really exciting to get as far as anything here, except, he might be able to pop a little bit. But even his isolated power is about 100. So he's only hit 14 home runs the last 2 years. So it's not like he's providing anything there. So maybe let's give Royal Stillman then some looks over him just to see if he's got anything. We'll give him a corner outfield. Wait, Stillman is... Yeah, he's a lefty. Okay, so we can kind of do like a platoon backup situation there. Third base DeSensis. What about putting... we'll use Bill Sudeikis as the backup here. And then... I think because Blott is a really good... we probably should have given him some more at-bats. Well, not really. It's not like he's hitting well enough to, oh my God, he's doing great, Let's see. Charlie Smith will remain a pinch hitter. Let's see. Hernandez. Fred Kendall is a pinch hitter forever. Dick Grant. Junior Kennedy. Do I want to give him looks? Yeah, let's see what he's got. He hit league average OPS in AAA for a whole season, basically. I mean, he's pretty much got what he's got. Um, so let's see what he's got. We'll give Junior Kennedy a run at second over Charlie Smith. And we'll give Charlie Smith some at-bats, maybe as a second utility. Charlie Smith is such a liability in the field, it's actually affected his WAR. He's basically, even though he's hitting, hitting with some power, 11 home runs, 44 RBI. He thinks he should start. I disagree. Let's see. Blott will continue to do there. Sudeikis will be the first base sort of defensive sub. Bobby Brooks will probably play against lefties as a backup. I think I've seen what I've seen with. He should probably be in the minors at this rate. I think I only brought him in because he could play like every position. Let's see. Cesar Geronimo Baker. I only brought him on because he's already on the 40. But I think he was actually pretty solid as a rookie in 1969. I wonder. Maybe we'll give him some at-bats as a pinch hitter. There we go. All right, against lefties, let's kind of look around. We'll kind of leave this alone. Again, we'll see what Junior Kennedy's got. Third base, let's go with Doug DeSences here. And Bill Sudeikis. And Blott. We'll still use Blott as just get his glove on the field. We'll have Cesar Geronimo here. Maybe even Royal Stillman. Dick Grant, we'll leave him off the team a little bit. Let's see. And then pinch hitters, we'll go with Sudeikis as the number 2 option. And that's about it. Maybe Blott is the 3rd option here. Pinch runners, if we have to use it, we can go with Cesar Geronimo. And maybe even, Junior Kennedy can be a pinch runner. Junior Kennedy. Holy shit. There we go. Okay. And then taking a look at the lineup. Let's move. Let's move Rosello here. Etchenberry, he has a good enough eye. Walton could play some catcher, make him. Good call, actually. Yeah. I think we did that when he first came in because the first year I had him, because he was on my first team in '69, he kind of did that super utility role. And then I found out he could hit a little bit and then put him in right all the time. Or he's a pretty good outfielder. He actually has a solid catcher rating too. Like, yeah. See, look, his like I'm. He probably filled the utility role better than Hernandez could have, because he can play every position competently. At least corner. He couldn't play short, but he could play every outfield position at least competently. So yeah, we can. Oh, did we? Yeah, we did that. Yeah. Heck, he might be able to even play over Fred Kendall. Let's see what his catcher ratings are like. Maybe I'll turn him into a catcher. Yeah, it doesn't affect his rating, but we'll turn him into a catcher. Even though he's still a better defensive outfielder than. Hmm. This might be something I look out for next year. Walton over Kendall as a backup catcher. Um, but I got to get Rosello off the 8 spot. He's hitting too well. So maybe we start moving guys around. Um, let's move him up to second. I don't really want Costco hitting 8th, but we're going to move. Hold on, I'm going to look, make sure it's. Oh. Okay, so it's basically reverse splits, but honestly, it's probably just sample size too. He's hitting for a little more power against righties. So we can put Rosello in the second spot and then kind of just move some guys around. Lahoud can hit third, Win fourth, DeSense's fifth. I think I'm fine with that. Yeah, I'm fine with Lazinski, Costco, Echebarren. Or I could move Lazinski down to seventh. Because he's not. Yeah, he's not the best. Okay, yeah. So we'll do this. We got a lot of righties in our lineup. This against lefties. So Foley, Rosello, Lahoud. Okay, and then righties. Probably need to get some more platoon guys. What about him? I know I was going to say he's always had reverse splits. Even his batting rating suggests reverse splits. But so we'll do Rosello in a second. Lahoud, Win, Costco, Lazinski, Echebarren, which is the same lineup. We're just going to do the same lineup across the board. And let's take a look at our pitching. We did bring up a few more pitchers. Any starters, any of these guys I want to take? I think anyone who's interesting I want to take a look at would be relievers. Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Really, the only one I would want to take a look at in a more is Von Rayopolis. In fact, yeah. He hasn't pitched in a few days, and he has. His ERA went up. He gave up another 4 runs on. I think he gives up a lot of hits. And he is what he is. So. Oh, okay. Oh, he okay. We just brought him up for an August call up, right? Yeah, because he only pitched five. Yeah, he pitched in AAA for a lot of the season, where he was pretty good, but he just doesn't figure it out. Maybe we send him down to use less often. Yeah, and then I don't want to specify roles for any of the rest of these guys, but I have a lefty in my pen now. I got a bunch of lefties. Maybe I take one of these and turn him into a specialist. Let's see. Um, I'm just looking at my. Put more on high. Yeah, I kind of yeah. I've kind of used the use less often, but I guess really if we just put him there, we'll be fine. Um, I don't have the leverage index to see when they're using him, but if he's pitching 2 2/3, he's probably being used in some high leverage situations. Um, I am intrigued by Von Rayopolis though. If he could figure out the control part, like the stuff is clearly there. The movement isn't, but he's just. We'll take his strategy then, and let's slow the hook down, and then let's have him attack the hitters. Um, uh, yeah, I'm fine with it, and I'm gonna leave this alone. I don't really know what these do. Plus, these guys better off not pitching that much, anyways. Maybe we just do this because none of these guys really need to be pitching that often. I mean, maybe we can use Jim Kremel here against lefties, just as a specialist. Because are we back? Holy shit, we're about to run ads again. Did I really spend 45 minutes on just bringing up call ups? We're doing great here. We're just taking our time. Maybe I'll make Kremel into a specialist. There we go. What about any of the? Well, I think we've looked at them already, but let's make Tom Walker a specialist too. Why not? Looks like Jim Barr, his numbers have, yep, 15 innings of very good. Now, a lot of that's due to his 167 BABIP, but okay. All right, so we're getting very close. Oh, we got 4 minutes. I'm sorry. I was going to say we're getting very close to running ads, but I still got 4 minutes. So let's sim a few games. Oh, let's take a look at how we did in August. It didn't go well just from like a, 9-16. So we had our worst month of the season, but we did just trade a bunch of people. We went from last in offense to last in offense. Actually, we may have gone up in a couple things, but fifth in home runs. So that's something we can build on. Pitching, we're still kind of middle-ish of the pack. Second in bullpen ERA, but that number's gone up a tick. So obviously, what we probably should have done here, like if I was really caring about winning, is probably use a quicker hook on our starters to get to our bullpen, which is probably where the talent is anyways. Very middle of the pack and everything, at least pitching and defense. Offense, though, is a total dumpster fire. But we are going to run with a few new faces here. Don't really know how we did offensively in the month relative to everything, but obviously it wasn't enough to, do anything. So let's play a few games, and then we'll just play the month out. It is 10 o'clock, so I kind of want to get off here in the next hour. So I was kind of hoping to make this a quick 2-hour stream, but whoops, that ain't going to happen. All right, let's just sim some games. Let's see how the first game looks. And we win 10-3. Looks like Rosello, we put him at second, and he gets 3 RBI with 3 hits. 8 hits are the first 3 spots of the lineup. Costco went 3 for 5. We dropped him down in the order. Maybe he was better off hitting down in the order. Catfish Hunter went 3 for 5. And had pitched 8 innings. So let's finish up the series against the Cubs. We lose 4-3. Doug DeCences went 1 for 3 with 2 RBI. So, he went 0 for 6 his first big league game, y'all. Yeah. So it looks like Costco, looks like he hits a little better down in the order. Figueroa, not a great outing, but still it was. We gave it up in the 8th. So this was one where Lopez took the L. All right, so we will start September 61-76. We are about 4 games back to the Mets for 3rd place. Still could catch it. We're way back, though, of even competing for anything. We're 15 games back of second. Could we get 3rd place in the NL East? We'll find that out here after the. We're still 13th in attendance, so we're middle of the pack in attendance. We're still 21st in payroll. So, but I'm gonna run some ads, and usually when I run ads, I throw the stream up. We pause the stream. I don't really do anything during it, so that way y'all don't miss anything. and it prevents pre-roll ads when I run all of them at once. So I'll be back in 3 minutes. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. If you're still from the raid, I appreciate you staying in. I'll be back in 3 minutes. I'm going to go get me some more water. All right, y'all. Got me some water. We're going to let the ads run through. Oops, we've dropped some frames. We'll pick those up at the end of stream. We'll get through the next 3 weeks of the season. We'll take a look at some stats, and I'll get y'all out of here. That's the plan, at least. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Yeah. Welcome back from ads. Hope y'all got some good commercials. We're going to go ahead and just quickly finish up the end of this season. As you can see, we're pretty far out, so it's pretty much just a matter of seeing how some of these young guys we brought up perform. A couple players we're going to look at as we roll through the end of the month is Doug DeSenses, who is our number 1 overall pick from a couple years ago. After kind of a sluggish start in his first year, he really raked it after we kind of managed him down to AAA. He's hitting, below average so far, but he did his first career home run. So he's already figured out how to hit home runs at the big league level. Good for him, I guess. That's the guy we're looking at on offense. Pitching, I'm kind of intrigued by Von Ray Opolis. just from a stuff standpoint, if we could get this stuff kind of figured out, he might actually be a quality quality reliever. And that's probably an adjustment I'm going to make for next year, is that I'm going to kind of get off of like the 1970s attitude of you're going 9 or you're a horrible person. Maybe a little more modern in that, because we do have a good pen. And that's, the pen's kind of the cheapest and easiest thing to build. So I'll probably just do that for next year. But we're going to go ahead and finish simming this season. We got the Pirates. They're bad. We're bad too. So it's not like, it's a bit of a slap fight here. It's at Pittsburgh. So, of course, we lose 7-0. And honestly, this is a situation I could look at with Jim Barr has done really well in the bullpen this year. So, yes, we're good. So with the Expos, we are in our third year. We're doing this from historical. So we're doing this from 1960, 69. So we are in 1971, and we're kind of struggling a bit, to say the least. It's kind of figuring out where we're going to get offense from. You drafted Eddie Murray, but then when he finally got hit by a pitch from Nolan Ryan to break his knee. Damn Nolan Ryan. The absolute craziest stat line in the history of the big leagues. It's amazing that, we got a rain out. And we lose both games. So, but this one is because our pitching sucked. And it looks like Mora, even though we kind of, it looks like Armando Mora just isn't it right now. Looks like he is, his whip is nearly 4. Your whip is 4, buddy. That's not even a good ERA in this day, and that's your freaking whip. So I think we need to send him. I might just go ahead and send him down, if we can. Yeah, there we go. It's just not working out. We'll send him down to AAA. And then we could bring up Willie Stanton, even who's there. But yeah, I just don't think that's working out. He's just when your whip is higher than most people's ERA, probably a problem. And let's look at the pitching staff. I think we're fine with running with these options here. We got I have these backwards. Don't know how that happened. We'll leave those there. So let's just go ahead and power through the rest of this season. So a bit of a losing streak. Hey, look, a win. Yeah, I guess you run into Tom Seaver. It doesn't really matter who you got going. You're probably not going to win. And then we win 5-1. Figueroa only went 3 1/3, so Did he get hurt? Yeah. And then offensively, nothing too terrible. And then we lose 2-0. I'm just kind of... don't really see a whole lot. Okay, so we got a rematch against Pittsburgh. Hopefully we don't get swept by them. Please don't get... Okay, well, they're 8-5 against us. They're the worst team in the National League. They're 5-1 loss. Doc Ellis. Who knows the historical factoid about Doc Ellis, y'all? What's his ratings while on LSD? Well, he didn't throw a no-hitter, so obviously he wasn't on drugs in this one. Caldwell was fine, but a lot of base runners. But yeah, we gotta get a load of like what his ratings were. Wow. Okay, we lost a pitcher's duel, so we're just gonna get okay. Well, at least we didn't get swept by the Pirates. That would have been embarrassing. That would have been embarrassing. We only had 3 hits though. Oh no, that was the game with that. Okay, that was the game. Here we go. Okay. Powering through. Let's take a little middle of the month check here after this series. See where we're at. 5-4 loss against the Mets. Kind of looking around. Bruce Howard has definitely struggled a bit since in the last few weeks. Save for the one start here against the Mets in his last game. In fact, it's getting to the point we might as well just put Barr back into the rotation. And then, yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead. And I'm going to go ahead and swap Bruce Howard and Jim Barr. Long relief. There. Just do that. I mean, it's basically like we're just... Oh, here we go. Pitching stats. Do I have... Yeah. I think I sorted these by FIP minus, so... Yeah. Looks like Opulus has an ERA of 9, so we probably need to get him some work. He only has 1 outing, so... All right, let's just go ahead and... All right, we lose 6-5. Something called a Al Jackson. Well, oh boy. Yeah, okay, so... Obviously, our last couple of spots in the rotation have been an issue. So it really doesn't matter how we do here. And then we go to Philly. But let's take a little mid-month look at some of our... Let's see. Doug DeCences, 12 games, 50 at-bats. Not a great line, but the BABIP is kind of low. He does have a couple home runs. His ISO is 143. He hasn't embarrassed himself, but he hasn't been that great. But he hasn't embarrassed himself. Um, Dick Grant, though, in 20 plate appearances. Not a terrible line. Basically a little below average. WRC plus of 85, OPS plus 76. Everybody else, it's like not enough sample size to matter. Even 20 plate appearances isn't that big. Neither is. Pitching wise, the only player we were kind of intrigued by was Von Rayopolis, but he's down here. He's only had one appearance, so not much to judge by there. Looks like gave up a couple base runners in a run, so inconclusive, which we kind of knew about. We're still 63 and 85. We have been eliminated from the playoffs, which, duh. But we are kind of close to the Cubs here. And we have really played some bad baseball in August and September. And, well, at least it doesn't continue with this 5-4 win. Looks like the bullpen did pretty good. Caldwell struggled, but the bullpen, 5 shutout innings. Yeah. Offensively, it looks like a lot of players saw action, which is what you really want to see. And then we lose 3-0. Again, I'm just going to kind of skim the box score. Burt Blyleven, 2-hitter. 1 walk, 11 Ks. I think I might just, let's look at this splits. Oh wait, we gotta look at Major League. I'm thinking about maybe going ahead and platooning here. So we're gonna go ahead and platoon at third base. For the rest of the year. He's not doing that well against left or righties, so we'll go ahead and do a platoon action there. We'll slide Costco in the 5th spot and Lazinski in the 6th. Jimmy Wynn's heating it up for us. He has hit 259, 3. So he's come back hit pretty strong. He's at 10 home runs. So he just needed a change of scenery. That's what he needed. So yeah, we'll move him off, and that basically kind of we saw what we needed to see. Of course, we lose 8-1 because we're terrible. Figueroa, not a great outing. Opulus, 2/3 of an inning, 4 runs allowed. So obviously, not quite ready for ball yet. Again, he only pitched 2 innings, but you can kind of get a read on stuff. Let's see. Another loss, 3-1. Probably just, yeah. Some of these you can kind of tell when you start running into buzzsaws. It kind of doesn't really matter how you do because you're probably not going to look good. 2-1 win. They used a lot of players. Stillman had a couple hits. We had put him in left. Cesar Geronimo had a hit. Ken Brett had a solid outing. Here's what I'm going to do real fast. I'm going to go down here to lineups. I'm actually going to go ahead and put Doug DeCences as a primary pinch hitter, just to give him a little more A little more run. I do want to get him more plate appearances, but obviously he's not playing well enough to stay in the lineup every day. Maybe an off season and the you know, we'll give him some run. All right, let's finish up the season. We are almost there. Let's take that 3-1 win against Philly. Yep. And we'll take that 6-0 loss, and we'll lose 5. Oh, we took 2 out of 3 from Philly, so obviously they're probably just play. Oh well, yeah. Burt Blyleven got his 20th win against us. Catfish Hunter, 16 losses. We had 3 hits. And then his 5-3 win. Bert Hooten. Okay, he's really good. Well, we beat Bert Hooten. DeSenses, ever since we put him in a pinch hit role, has actually gotten a few hits. So, good job. Not taking that little demotion terribly. Bert Hooten. Sorry, I just like yelling that name. All right, let's check these, make sure it's just scouting reports. Yeah, it's just scouting reports. Oh, a 16-inning win. Everybody got to play today. Jim Barlow, 7 innings. 5 hits, 2 runs. Not much happened offensively, though. But everybody got to play. Uh, 5-6 loss. Oh, darn. They came back 3 runs, so our bullpen kind of ate crap. Yeah. It was our good guys, too. Well, it happens. Well, we won't lose 100 games this year. We're 68-91 with, 3 games left? Another 6-1 loss to Philly. Catfish Hunter kind of stunk it up he's kind of stunk it up in those last few starts. Ton of walks. We need to send him to control school. Way too many walks. DeSenses went 1 for 4. He did embarrass himself, but he's basically replacement level, which, it's 21. All right, so let's finish today. We got one last series against the Cubs. We win 2-0. Okay, Von Rayopoulos. I kind of like Von Opulus better. Much better outing. Offensively, the start of the game was, top of the lineup. Okay, and we'll just finish up. 5-2 loss, and then we lose again. 69-93 was our record. We finished with a 5-3 loss. We did not qualify for the playoffs. That's really unfortunate. All right, so let's take a look. We finished in 4th place, way closer to the Pirates than we wanted to, but kind of in a macro sense, I think we were better than last year by a little bit, but we kind of stunk the bed in August, September. Like, if we had played remotely better in there, we kind of fell off. We were 18 and 34 the last 2 months of the season. And we were pretty much dead last in every offensive category except for home runs, which we were 6th. We just couldn't get on first base, which is kind of important, not making outs. 5th in steals. So, pitching-wise, middle of the pack. Actually, not middle of the pack. We're towards the bottom quarter, really. But top quarter in top third bullpen. We kind of fell off. We were 2nd for most of the year. We fell off to 4th, probably just because of who we brought in at the end. Yeah. We only scored 511 runs. 1-run games, we ended up 27 and 21, so that kind of propped our record a little bit up. I mean, honestly, in the second half, we just performed down to where we were for the season. So we look at this, oh yeah, we were terrible, bad, but honestly, we were just bad all year. It's just that the record didn't reflect it in the first few months. We actually overperformed. Then the bullpen came back to earth a little bit, and we kind of lost it. That's what happened. Let's look at some batting stats. Tim Foley was probably our best player this year. 5 wins above replacement. Most of that probably coming from defense, but because his OPS plus was only 92, and his on base was only 317. We had him at leadoff. He's obviously not a leadoff hitter because his batting average ability and his eye's not below average, and his is just average. Most of his contact ability overall is coming from being able to hit the ball. He just doesn't make good contact. From a home run standpoint, it looks like Bill Sudeikis, Lahoud, and Charlie Smith. None of these guys ended up starting that much in the last half of the season. Jimmy Wynn had played half the season and was 4th in home runs. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, our top OPS is 666. That's a sign. Yeah, it's just not a lot of great numbers here. Pitching, though, like Caldwell, 2.95 ERA. Might be Rookie of the Year candidate. 16 and 8, 230 innings, 5 Ks, 2.9. That's pretty solid if you ask me. 120 ERA plus. Very solid outing for the rookie. Figueroa, ERA of 3, a little below average in the ERA category. Had a very good outing in his last. He went 10 and 13. Catfish Hunter took a shit ton of losses, 9 and 17. Again, ERA kind of bordering on league average, a little bit below league average, but this was his first full season. Well, I guess he started a lot last year, but we'll take 363 over mid-5, right? He was around, in the 4 or 5 range last year. And the walks, though, Buddy's got to work on his control. So I think what we should do then is take a look at this. Let's go and bring this down a little bit and bring this up. Let's get him working on his control. Movement's league average. Let's get him working on his control. We could work on his... Okay. Lopez had 19 saves. Very solid outing. Very good pitcher. 2.36 ERA. 9 Ks per 9. He's, ton of outings, 19 saves. Didn't take 10 losses, but... Catfish Hunter ate some innings. Bruce Howard had very good average against him. 232 average. Solid BABIP, which you can see here. He's got a good rating there. Might consider him coming back as a bottom rotation guy. Caldwell had 7 complete games as a rookie. Caldwell had most of our good at it. Fielding, I could not care less about. Here's a nice little chronicle of everybody who played for us. You can just sort these stats. You can see we had Dick Kelly hit a home run. Holy cow. How did Darrell Thomas? Oh yeah, he went to Houston and they benched him, and he hit a little better as far as impact, but average just wasn't there. A little bit better on base. In terms of like Doug DeCences, ended up hitting respectably. Got a little better when we kind of platooned him and gave him some bench bats. So he didn't embarrass himself. So that's kind of all you can ask for as far as like a September call up. Like he wasn't earth shattering good, but definitely will get a extended look in spring training. Especially since he is a 3.5 star overall. He's a 2.5 star right now, so he's not quite like a finished product. But I think the number 3 overall prospect got 72 plate appearances. Didn't walk much. That might be something. But again, the eye's below average, so he's going to be kind of one of those. His batting average will be about league average. He'll pop a few home runs. Hit a lot of doubles. Play really good defense at first, second, or third. He doesn't have enough range to play anything else. Oh, we could run. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, this is our ballpark effect. So we do want to emphasize more of the home runs anyways. That's probably why we are so high, because these home run numbers are the way they are. But I think that's going to be it for us tonight. I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go. Get on out of here. We're in October. Did they not give us a scouting report? I'm surprised about that. But I'll go ahead and save and exit. Obviously, the games didn't go as well, but that's kind of to be expected. appreciate y'all hanging out. I'll be back on tomorrow morning. I am streaming on Thanksgiving morning, so if y'all are hanging out, I don't know what I'll be playing yet. I did get Astrobot last night, so I might try that out. Fire up PS5 to play that. We'll do the off season next time we play this. I'm thinking kind of back envelope math for when I'm streaming next will be Monday, but I think I have an idea for Monday, so I would say maybe Tuesday we'll bring back the baseball stuff. Maybe Tuesday. I want to do it at least once a week. We'll do one and then kind of mix in the other stuff. But I appreciate y'all hanging out. I'm going to go ahead and pull the link to join all my links there. So if you want to just join the Discord, join Twitter, Blue Sky, Threads, whatever else I'm on. They're all on that link. But I appreciate y'all hanging out with me for a little bit while we finish up the season and kind of kick the tires on this save for the first time really in about a month. Appreciate the raid. So if y'all are hanging out, I do post a schedule. So if y'all follow the channel, I do post a streaming schedule every week. I usually give the game and kind of what I'm thinking about doing. There is a Steam sale, so I'm going to buy Baldur's Gate tonight. I might bring that on stream next week if I like it. I have a feeling I will, but anyways, that's enough talking. I will see y'all tomorrow morning. I'll kind of see what I'm in the mood for. But if y'all have anywhere to be, I'll be on probably about as soon as I wake up, basically. Wake up, splash on some coffee, throw a hoodie on, and fire up the gaming machine. Thanks y'all for joining. I will see y'all around. Y'all have a good evening. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time. And good night.